Today I'm going to show you how to warp vocals in Ableton. There's a couple ways to do this. In a lot of cases, when you drop in some kind of vocal sample or loop or a cappella or whatever it may be, you can usually get it to be in time pretty easily because Ableton does automatically warp clips. But I'm just going to show you the scenario where in case it's just not working out for you and what you can do. So let's look at our clip here. And I just dragged and dropped this in, and you can see warp mode is automatically turned on, but that's not necessarily going to mean it's going to sound good. So let's just take a listen to it real quick. Well, the first things first is we probably are going to have to be aware of where the sample actually is supposed to start, and I can see that there's a gap here, so I'm actually going to trim that off, and it looks like this is really where it's supposed to start. And I'm going to bring this to the beginning of where the beat drops. So that already sounds a little bit better. Sounds like it's more in time, but it sounds very kind of choppy and it just sounds weird, right? So we're hearing artifacts because this vocal is originally pretty slow and we're putting it on a much faster beat. So we're going to get artifacts. We're going to get this unnatural warping sound that we don't want. So what can we do to avoid that? Well, if you look here in your warp settings, beats is going to be the thing that's selected by default. In this case, when I'm hearing artifacts, I like to do either Complex or Complex Pro. So basically, Complex Pro, it will use the most CPU, but it's going to give you the smoothest sound. So I'm gonna solo this so you can hear now. I'm going to turn off this sidechain plugin so you can hear it without any pumping. So you can hear big difference, right? It's already a lot smoother. Let's go back to beats. Those are all artifacts. So we want to switch that to Complex Pro. If you don't mind using a little more CPU, you know. So now it's a lot smoother. Now this is technically in time, but it's actually going at a half-time speed. So what we can do is we can divide this in half right here, this button, and now it's going to be twice the speed. So this is now in time. It's already in time. All we have to do is just adjust the positioning of where it begun. Switch to Complex Pro, and then we just sped it up, twice the speed by hitting divide 2 right here, and it's already in time. Okay, so that's the easy way to do it in Ableton. Certain samples, you'll have to find certain workarounds. Now I'm going to show you a scenario where, let's say those aren't working, and you might have to manually adjust some of the notes. Right? This is not going to happen often, but if it does, I just want you to know how to do it. So let's say warp mode on. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I've purposely made this off time, and I'm going to show you how you can manually move the notes to kind of lock them in place. So. I'm going to turn on the metronome because that's really going to help us here. I'm going to solo this as well. So let's say we want to create markers down here, right? Warp mode has to be on for this. Da, 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 so I'm probably going to make this, I'm going to just do it halftime and warp it as a halftime thing. So that means this one's coming in early, right? Lost in, right? In, we want that to move a little bit ahead. So I just double clicked right here, as you just saw. I just hover my mouse right here, and I double click, and it creates this yellow marker, and now I can actually shift the timing like this, right? Same thing with ocean, right? We're gonna go like that, and we can try moving that up so it matches like the bars, right? So I got 1, 1.3, 2, so I'm just basically getting it on the main decimals here. See, this one also came early, right? So I'm going to double click right there. I'm going to drag that up, right? Led by the Stars, that also came in early, so you can kind of see how we're doing this. then that would be like probably somewhere right here. Same thing here, right? So you get the idea, right? Notice where I'm creating the markers and where I'm shifting them to, right? I'm not just putting them in random spots on the grid. I'm actually looking like, here's bar 1, this is bar 2 over here, here's bar 3, etc., right? Right? So you can already guess this one needs to go right on 4. So that's how you can manually warp it as well, just in case the other features are not working out for you. And make sure, yeah, you have it on complex pro mode to minimize any artifacts. And give this a shot. I really hope it helps, so that, you know, warping should be pretty easy. You shouldn't have any trouble with it. And these are some methods that you can use. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Peace out.